I know where they're heading.
He's understanding the pattern.
Yeah, okay.
This is all I can do right now.
He's just trying
But he's
to
concentrate
learning.
on
This
dodging
is
my
great
opponent's
practice.
attacks.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife, Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 5 of HunterxHunter, Fierce and Ferocious. Our duo. They are fierce and ferocious.
Yes. We'll see if maybe Fierce and Ferocious is referring to the beatdown Gon might be getting from this top spinning master of Nen, it seems. Or not master of Nen, but using Nen on these spinning tops. What are your thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I'm really curious to see how the rest of this fight goes. They set it up to seem like it's going to go badly, but maybe they'll subvert expectations and Gon will save it.
One thing I think about is that this is kind of the first instance of fighting a Nen user in the show, so they kind of have to be really weak, like, to have a place to go in the show. So, like, I wonder how weak this person's gonna look in the future.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for now,
once he's had, like, a day of practice.
Exactly. But we'll see how Gon can fend off against this guy. But if you're excited for more episodes of HunterxHunter, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes coming every Friday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length forms. Are we excited for episode 30 of HunterxHunter?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
10. The ability to envelop your body in a shroud of Nen aura, making it tougher, and slowing the effects of aging. Zets.
I want to know more about the age thing.
Your flow of Nen aura, effective for concealing your presence and recovering from fatigue. Ren. A technique for creating an especially strong Nen aura. It is crucial for increasing your power. Hatsu. The release of your Nen aura.
So Hatsu's a big one.
To boost it. These 4 elements are known as the 4 exercises and are critical to the mastery of Nen.
Damn.
All right.
He was cooking that power system. It is not simple. But can you perceive how this show would have very long text in its comic book because of the different
100%.
principles of this?
Yeah. Explaining this without a narrator is really hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Gon faces his first match on the 200th floor, but is caught off guard by his opponent's unconventional attack.
The way they're animating it is cooler than I ever thought a spinning top could look.
Yeah. Wonder if they got the Beyblade animators. Beyblade is a famous show where you say, Beyblade, let it rip, and then you pull it, and there's a spinning top, and there's a whole anime about it.
Wow.
Dang.
Yikes.
Clean hit and knockdown for 2 points.
He's up, though.
Yeah, but he's getting points together.
There are too many tops for me to be able to keep track of all of them. What should I do?
Attack the guy.
Fishing rod.
Does he even have it?
Master, is
No.
he using Nen right now?
Yes, that's a form of Hatsu.
Just not well.
Projecting his aura into the tops.
Oh.
That is what allows
Okay.
the tops to move around with significantly more strength and speed than would normally be possible.
So he's
Small
imbuing them with
objects
Nen.
require
Okay.
only a small amount of aura. The larger the object, the more aura is necessary.
But if you have a bunch of aura, you
And I
could.
wouldn't be surprised if Guido gave the tops extra Nen for good measure. That's because letting the tops spin on their own without the benefit of additional aura wouldn't pack much of a punch. He can do this because he feels great personal affinity with them.
Because he is.
Nothing has more of an impact on an object's response than strong emotional attachment.
Oh.
Interesting.
So maybe from their
Follow them
childhood.
with my eyes.
Was the fishing rod from his dad?
We know that his dad caught a fish at a young age just like him, so
He probably has a super strong emotional attachment to that fishing rod.
I bet.
Than strong emotional attachment.
I can't follow them with my eyes. The tops have been charged
They're
with Nen.
quick.
I have to sense their presence.
All right, lock in.
Okay.
Meditation here.
Yeah, I feel it. My 10 is fading.
Oh.
Another direct hit! Gon is completely helpless! He's been knocked clear out of the ring!
That's really bad.
Yeah,
But he
seriously.
seemed to detect something. But he lost his 10 when he detected
practicing.
it.
Yeah.
It's no use. If I focus on sensing the tops, I neglect my 10 and it
Yep.
seeps away. So what should I... A top bounced outside the ring.
Get them outside the ring.
But
They can't get back in.
It's not attacking me.
What's wrong? Can you continue on with the match?
Be quiet, okay?
Like maybe when they're not in a
Oh my
group.
god.
Think here.
If you're not back in the ring by the count of 10, you lose!
Now that I think about it, the Nen in this top didn't feel malicious. What about all the others?
Maybe when he can't see
They're
him.
just spinning around the ring randomly and bumping into each other. Maybe the tops aren't really coming after me at all.
4!
How come you're standing
They're just
outside of
bouncing
If
around?
I stayed up there in the ring, I'd probably end up getting hurt too. And
Oh, the
That's
tops
it.
are reflectively going after whatever's in the
the ring?
middle.
It's just like a game of sumo tops.
It's just like Beyblade.
It's impossible to command regular tops to move with precision. It's much more likely that Guido commands them to strike down anything in their way.
Oh.
They spin
So
around
just
the
don't
ring,
get in their way?
striking anything unfortunate enough to cross their paths.
So get close to the guy.
What if we hover?
I can ignore them and attack Guido directly.
This is what we were thinking.
You may have figured out my tops, but you still can't land an attack on me!
I knew it.
There it is! Guido's special technique, combining offense and defense! Tornado top!
My goodness.
Gon gets hit with the
And that's 9, right? He's 1 point from losing, I think.
3 points! The judge has awarded a critical
Yeah.
hit and knockdown!
Oh, the crazy hit.
He has the little aura, though.
Yeah, so he got some defense against that.
I turn into a top to protect myself and let my dancing tops handle the offense! It's a conservative strategy, but it's effective for racking up the points!
There are a number of ways to defeat Guido. You can attack him until he tires and his 10 begins to fade.
I would hit his connection to the
Or you
ground.
can use Hatsu to overpower his defense. Both of those methods would require an extremely large amount of aura. But Gon doesn't know Ren yet. The technique for generating aura instantly, learning how to create large amounts of aura quickly, and how to channel it into attacks. That requires endless training and combat experience in order to learn.
He's just gonna
Gon
do it,
has
isn't he?
neither.
Come
He'd
on.
need 5 more years to fight Guido. I'm sure that's beginning to dawn on him.
Nah, I think I'm gonna.
I don't think so.
How am I gonna prolong this match? If he scores one more point, it's over. But I want to keep fighting.
Hit the ground.
What can I do
Like he did
right
with the
now?
wall.
Hmm.
I got it.
Like disrupt the ground they're on.
He released his 10?
Oh?
That's so reckless.
In order to use the other
Release
technique.
it. That's sense. The technique
Oh?
for concealing your presence. All the nodes are closed, and there is no aura.
He just
Even
figured
the
out
normal
how to
field
do that?
So the
aura's
tops
closed
can't hit
off,
him.
leaving him no defense against Nen.
Since he has no aura.
I didn't teach him Zetsu. Did he learn it?
He's
before we
figured it
met?
out.
He probably picked it up naturally, on his own. Just like how beasts in nature learn it to hunt their prey.
This is what I was
Wow,
thinking he used.
yeah.
He did.
Has
Okay.
incredible potential.
Because Hisoka didn't detect
Wow,
him.
yeah.
Why would he use it now? Here.
Because they won't go after him. It's like he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
What if you get hit by another Nen attack? Without protection, that'll totally mess you up. If I'm gonna track the top's complex movements with only feelings to go on, then I need
Trust
to
your
focus
instincts.
all of my senses.
You gotta be totally focused.
He's been trying to use a new technique. Go with your
That he
original.
never
Yeah.
intended to win this match?
He's just learning.
He's risking his own life? To train?
That's just how
You
locked
ever
in he
desperate,
is.
kid? Then here, let me give you what you want!
Whoa. Gabe put in Ultra Instinct.
Amazing! That's the first time Gon has managed to evade an attack!
I can
All
feel
right.
them.
That was
I know
unnecessary.
where they're heading.
He's understanding the pattern.
Yeah, okay.
All I can do right now.
He's just
But
training.
he's
Concentrate
learning.
on
This
dodging
is
my
great
opponent's
practice.
Maybe he'll run out of Nen.
And he's just letting the guy burn.
Yeah. Oh, and Hisoka's like, yep. Called this.
At least this way, I can still fight.
Creepy.
Is he crying? Tears of joy?
I
Ew.
think, yeah.
The
Ew.
right radius and your ulna were both broken. 3 broken ribs.
Oh,
Not to
no.
mention 12 other minor fractures. It'll take 4 months to heal.
Oh.
What?
Not for him, though. He goes quicker.
Yeah.
You moron.
So now he can't fight anymore, though.
Well, an apology isn't gonna help. Don't you have any brains in there at all? Didn't you see what happened to all the guys who went through it? The Nen initiation? One wrong move and you would have ended up like them. It could have been a lot worse, so you're lucky. Still, I had a feeling that it'd be okay. I mean, sure, I took a few hits, but he missed my vital spot, so it's no big deal. Come in.
Oh, I bet he's thrilled.
Four eyes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Dumbass choice.
Apologizing to me isn't going to help. What on earth were you thinking? Didn't you see the ones who went through the Nen initiation? You could easily have ended up just
exactly
like
the same thing he said.
Yeah.
I just told him the same thing.
Honestly, I'm glad it wasn't any worse.
Because it could have
Mr.
been,
Wing.
apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not letting this slide. Killua, do you know when Gon will be completely recovered?
The doctor said it'd take about 2 months.
I see.
Thanks a lot, Killua.
In that case, I won't allow you to participate in any matches for 2 months, nor will I allow the study of or training in the use of Nen.
Oh, what?
If you choose not to abide by these conditions, then you will never receive instruction from me again.
What?
Okay.
Come on. What if he heals so fast?
He's a fast healer.
Super fast, faster than anyone.
This is a promise thread. Its purpose, to remind you of the promise you made.
Oh.
Okay.
Pinky promise.
Killua, a word.
Wonder if
Do
it
we
actually
know?
heals or something, but
So tell me,
That
What
looked
is the true
important.
goal?
There was a pattern on the thread.
that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's like,
A map?
maybe this is the prequel and he's Sukuna and this is how he gets his cursed finger.
a word. So tell me, what is the true goal that you and Gon are pursuing here?
We really want to punch a
We
dude.
don't really have a goal. Before
We
got
hate
into
this
you and
weird
Sushi,
guy.
I just wanted to earn some quick cash. Gon wants to beat a guy named Hisoka, so he's here to train. And that's it. Everyone on the 200th floor just wants to reach the top floor. The Battle Olympia, right? Yeah, I'm not too interested. But Gon, though, well, I'm not so sure. He says he doesn't care what happens as long as he gets to fight Hisoka. But after yesterday's match, I don't know. I get the feeling he just enjoys the thrill.
My God.
Wow.
He was really getting good though.
Holy shit.
To go on is anybody's guess. There are nearly 50 tops literally flying around the
50?
With all of his tops already in play, Guido can only watch with the rest of us.
He's kind of
This
getting
is a
nervous though.
flashback.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is a flashback.
Okay.
Oh no, there's nowhere to run!
Oh no. That's how he broke his
So
freaking
that's,
arm.
yeah. I mean, that'll do it.
He
That
didn't have 10
situation
either.
Could very well have cost him his life. And he was enjoying it?
Yeah, and I would know.
I'm glad somebody's
I
finally
felt the
checking
same
in
way
about
before
this.
myself.
Yeah.
This is the first
But at
adult.
least I picked and chose
Exactly.
mine.
Forget Leorio's just like also a teenager.
He was enjoying it?
Like what?
Yeah, and I
Where's
was.
Something is wrong with that child.
That boy ain't right.
Once he's in the zone, he loses sight of everything else. Oh, but
Might
he's
be
not the
helpful
type to
for
break the
Nen.
Same promise twice, so don't worry.
Oh dear. What have I done?
Like, he has a really strong will.
Exactly.
What have I done?
We already know all the facts.
Yeah, giving him all that information is...
But he didn't realize how strong they were.
Yeah.
And how strong-willed.
Or we'll simply learn it ourselves. You don't have to feel responsible.
He's like, well, now I gotta teach you.
Yeah.
My brother can use Nen. Hisoka can too. So Gon and I were bound to find out about it eventually.
I understand. I intend to finish what I started. There are so many more things that I have yet to teach you. Zushi is waiting in my room. You can train with him if you'd like.
Is he gonna wait for Gon?
Nah, I'll pass. I don't want to leave Gon behind.
Oh.
If he can keep his promise, we'll train together.
He's just gonna take 2 months off.
That's so unlike him too, you know?
Yeah.
Tell him I will let him practice the other Nen, the flame. And tell him to work on 10 daily.
Oh.
Okay, so not at all what you said before.
Because he figured out that he was going to do it anyway. Like, he needs to give him some outlet or else he's going to just do it himself.
Yeah.
It's like such realistic writing, too.
Yeah.
That's how kids are.
Totally.
Watch, he's going to get in there. He's going to be fully just training.
Hey, Gon.
One-arm push-ups.
No, he kept his promise.
Oh, no. Okay. He's meditating, though, so...
Or just closing
different
his eyes.
training.
What was with Gon healing so fast? Like, I wonder if it's his genes, maybe.
Maybe it's the anti-aging thing affecting him differently.
Maybe. Maybe he just naturally can use 10 to do that.
Yeah.
Interesting tone for the end of this.
Yeah. Because this is, like, weird, right?
Yeah, or just really spiritual.
Okay.
It's unsettling. It's getting chromatic.
Yeah.
It was never my
He said
intention,
master.
but have I awoken a terrible monster?
Yeah, potentially. Who's his master, I wonder?
Master?
He did not look disappointed by that.
That is a scary face.
That's kind of a ambitious face.
What's going on? You found this agency on your own. And that tells me you're pretty sharp. Even so,
Good up, you got.
Alright.
I can't introduce you to our valued clients. And it's not because of your total lack of experience. Some of our clients don't seem to mind that. The thing is, experience isn't all you lack.
But what do you mean? Like I told you, I already have a hunter's license.
Maybe, but your exam isn't over yet. It's obvious.
Excuse me?
Can you see anything?
Huh?
Like next to me, I mean.
Nen is the end of it. Yep.
Oh.
Can't see a thing,
A ghost
can you?
friend?
So that's the end of the training, is if you can
You
learn
come
Nen.
back when you
Okay.
can, and not before.
Wow.
That's the minimum requirement here.
So does that mean that Gon and Killua
does she
have
mean?
finished theirs?
What is it that I can't see?
Because they would be able to see that, I feel like.
Probably.
Hey, I know Nen, I'm gonna teach you somehow. No, that didn't seem good.
No.
Oh, that seems trappy.
Animation's cool, though.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
Okay.
Did Kurapika just dodge a bullet?
Yeah.
You can't see it, but you can sense it, huh?
Why did you do that?
This? Oh, I was just playing around. This must be fate. Us crossing paths, you think? Try to think
Who
of
are
this
you?
as a little bit of friendly advice from a senior.
Oh, they're both hunters.
Oh.
You didn't notice when I stole this. Or when
Oh.
I walked
Oh.
right past you either. You're totally
A
clueless.
pickpocket.
Bastard!
Lost her
Give me
hunter.
back my
Sorry,
license right now!
lost his hunter's license. Damn.
You
That
didn't
was
notice
quick.
when I stole this. Or when I walked right past you either.
It
You're
seems like this
totally
guy's gonna
clueless.
teach him Nen maybe though.
Give me back my
Maybe.
license right now!
Does a newbie
for
who
what
knows nothing
purpose?
of Nen have a chance of beating me?
Nen, huh?
Wanna give it a try? Do you get it now? There's something important you still lack.
His Nen, like, nodes are closed.
Mm-hmm.
I need enough power to fight on my own!
I called it. He's going to teach him Nen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll teach
What
you.
would he get out of that, though?
Maybe he's just a good
The
guy.
real exam has
I feel
just begun.
I don't get that impression.
Well, maybe.
Hopefully. I would love to be wrong.
And Kurapika has also encountered a new power, one that he hopes will help propel him forward.
All right.
Okay.
And that is where we are left for this episode of Hunter x Hunter.
In the 9 matches that I've had since my loss to you, I've never once used my full power.
Let's see it. Whoa.
Oh, thank you.
Got him with the backhand. What are your first thoughts?
Wow. Okay. Bummed that Gon is out of commission for a bit, hopefully significantly less than we think. But I'm glad we're seeing more from other characters too.
Yeah.
Not that I was bummed out about the Gon Killua adventures. That was also really fun.
I agree. It was also fun to see him in the match, like figuring out stuff as he goes and learning stuff naturally. But the thing I'm most interested by is Wing's response of like, what have I done? Like,
yeah.
Because Gon, like, sure, he's extremely stubborn. Once he has a goal, he never wavers from it. But now knowing that the power system is almost goal-based, that's a problem. It's funny that the extension of his character within this power system makes him both incredibly strong and potentially dangerous. So I want to see more of that develop, and also who this guy helping Kurapika is.
Totally.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for episodes every Sunday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length form, so make sure to check that out and support us as creators. We'll have to see, but we have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Question 1. Maddie G asks, once again, Gon has landed himself in the hospital. In this case, there was almost no reason for this, and Gon seems to not value his own well-being very much. Does this concern you? How much might this come into play again in the future?
Yeah, I'm worried about this. Going into it, I was thinking that there weren't going to be any like serious injuries. I was very, very wrong. And like, for all we know, it could have been 6 months or a year. Like, he got really lucky that it was only 2 months that he's going to be down and not something permanent or life altering.
Yeah, and just at every step of this exam and going after Killua, he's just injured himself a lot. Like, he broke his arm against the match with Hanzo when he just didn't need to do that. There's just been several times where he's injured himself based on not wanting to waver on a principle rather than doing the practical thing and not, these aren't, like, Deku would often break his arm or something like that, but it was mainly in situations that were really required.
Totally.
These are situations where it's like, dude, you could just, like, be reasonable.
You could not.
You know? Like,
yeah.
So I think I think it'll come back to hurt him, but if he gets strong enough and the thing is goal-based, the power system, it might end up being his biggest strength somehow, which is a interesting character thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. When they introduce, like, being a tryhard as a superpower, now being unreasonable isn't necessarily the worst thing you could do.
Unless, I'll ask with our second question. Day asks, has Wing awoken a terrible monster? Because, like, if you don't use it the right way, and like Killua said, like, you can choose to stop training us, but, like, we'll just figure it out. And, like, that is a problem.
That's scary. I think it's more scary for Killua than Gon.
I do have something interesting, though.
Okay.
He didn't say, I've awakened some monsters. He said, I've awakened a monster.
And it seemed like he was referring to just Gon, which...
Well, Killua didn't jump into a match. He's like,
No.
obviously,
Yeah.
like he's referring to Gon is going to be the problem. I think if I had to guess, it's the indicator on him learning the second thing just within a match and starting to dodge flawlessly. Like, he just has insane potential.
Yeah, like the unlimited potential could very easily become too much, especially when it's paired with someone who's so obviously childish. Not in like a Gon.
Yeah.
Like, not in a mean
Who
sense.
is a child.
Yeah, no, but there are children, like, Killua is also a child, but a very mature child. And like you said, when put in this situation of like, hey, you just learned this new power, do you want to learn it slowly or do you want to learn it so fast in a potentially problematic way? Killua chose to hold off and Gon chose to just dive right in.
Yeah. So I think he has awakened a monster in a certain sense, but I think he just now has a responsibility, like...
Monster is a big word, especially in this universe, though. Like, there are actual monsters.
Yeah.
A highly motivated, albeit illogical child doesn't feel like a monster.
I think that if you're looking at his age and you're looking at his trajectory of how fast he's figuring this stuff out, like, he was throwing out timelines of, like, it should probably take, like, 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And they were doing it in one night, like... If you take the logical extension of that, like, he might have awakened somebody very early with no sense of reasoning, with an insane level of power and the potential to just leave at any point because they don't actually owe
Because
anything
you can't
to Wing.
control him
like,
because he's so powerful.
Well, and also because Wing isn't like their actual master. Like, he's just a guy who's kind of helping him out. So he's thinking to himself,
Just a guy who awakened them.
So that's why,
no big deal.
That's why immediately when he figured out that Gon is just so strong-headed, he was like, tell him to learn the Fire Nen and tell him to keep practicing Ten. Like, tell him to actually do these things.
Who is this master who he's talking to?
What if it's Netero, the older guy?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably... I was going to say it's either someone we know or someone we don't know.
Yeah. You know what I got wondering too? Does Killua's grandfather/father know Nen? Because his brother does.
When you're that powerful, you must.
Well, and his brother does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
and
think
they've been
he's
keeping it
definitely
from him,
awakened.
which doesn't make sense for a family that cares so much about making sure that everyone's the most powerful. Why is he just hearing about this now?
Who knows?
That's weird.
Maybe it's
That's weird.
Maybe it's because he's already leaving the house and they want him to stay, so they're hoping he'll go out, figure this out, and then want to come home rather than giving him the tools to be powerful and then he leave. We'll see, but let's go to our final question. Final question. Chris Collier asks, near the end of the episode, we reunite with Kurapika and find him looking for work, only to be approached and defeated by some mysterious man. Why do you think the man offered to teach Kurapika, and do you think the training will be similar to Gon and Killua's?
I really don't know. My guess would be that he would have something to gain from teaching Kurapika, but really all he has to offer is the hunter's license, which the other dude stole and then gave back, so that doesn't add up.
I think maybe he was in the same position before, where he took the hunter's exam, and maybe if you don't learn in a certain time period, you actually don't complete your exam, and this guy never completed his exam but eventually learned Nen and wants to help somebody to actually know what to do. I don't know.
And decides to help people by pickpocketing and then shooting at them.
I mean, if somebody is a hunter, they should have the wherewithal to dodge, I think, like a weapons attack. That I'm guessing that's the
So that was
logic of
just
it.
like a get in through the door test? Like, I'll help you, but only if you're good enough to
kinda.
dodge my bullet?
Yeah, it's like you weren't good enough to stop me from literally taking your most valuable possession easily. So let's see
I
if
have
you're
to make sure
able
you're...
to live. Okay, you
right.
dodged this. Now try to take the hunter's exam. The hunter license back. Couldn't do it for hours. Okay, you know what? I'll take pity
I'll
on you and
help
teach you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
don't
think.
know.
Well, why did Wing help Gon and Killua?
All good questions.
Yeah, I think they realize that there's powerful individuals, and if they learn Nen from the wrong person, they might be evil or something.
Fair enough. That would be a concern in this universe.
Yeah, and we'll see if Kurapika and Gon and watch them all come back with Nen and Leorio's like, I just read some books, bro.
Yeah. Like, what have you guys been doing?
Yeah, we'll see, but that is where we are left for episode 5 of season 2 of Hunter x Hunter. Are we excited for episode 6?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.